Good morning. It's the 25th of August, 2019. A very warm welcome to the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship, round number 5, race day number 2, here from Croatia. The track is called from Grobnik, on the outskirts of Rijeka. And we've got a beautiful program for you today. Live will commence with the combined Super Sports 300 and the Honda Talent Cup powered by Dunlop. And this morning we spoke to one of the participants, the lovely Chloe Batu, and we're gonna go to that small interview right now. We're here with Chloe Batu, lovely French lady, racing in the Honda Talent Cup for Team CB47. And well, Chloe, last time out in Oschersleben, second race, it didn't go all that well. What happened?
Today I'm okay. It's a good week, sunny, and now it's a race good.
The race is now good, but what could you tell us what happened in Oschersleben?
For Chesleben it's difficult for me because I lose the rear, and after I side, and I go to the helicopter, and 3 days in hospital in Germany, and after I return to France with plane, and return in hospital, and now it's okay.
Now she's okay again. That's good to hear. Well, yesterday, the first time out here in Grobnik in Croatia. How was it on the track?
The track is good. I like the track. The time is okay. And today I repair gas, and I'm better places now.
Some better places.
Yeah.
How was the season so far with the Honda Talent Cup? Did you enjoy it so far?
Yeah, for the moment, the objective of this week is a point of general classement. For the moment, I'm 4. It's good. Yeah.
So fourth in the championship, fighting for that one. So we wish you good luck for today and be safe.
Yeah, it's good.
So we're up for the second race of this weekend. We have combined the two classes. They have been on the road, on the racetrack of Grobnik here yesterday. The Grobnik track was created in 1978. Total length of 4,168 meters, or 2.59 miles. We've got 18 turns in total, a nice flowing track. Resurfaced about 2 years ago, and yeah, we've got, of course, our local specialist here with us in the commentary booth, Mislav Prekozic. You've been racing here for quite a number of times, I presume.
Yes, good day and welcome everyone before we get on to the track. Yes, I've been racing here for a long time, since 2000. 2000. Since
Yeah.
2000, yes. That was my first race here. We drove with the scooters. That was an one-time thing.
That's pretty long stretch, you know, 4.1
Yes,
with the
yes.
scooter.
When even we had the 50cc scooters here, I was competing in that category, and you had to go full throttle all the track.
The whole.
So it was completely crazy, and the times were, of course, very low. And after that, of course, I started with the 2 strokes with 1 to 5 category. Which has been replaced by these bikes on your screen. Is the Super Sport 300 category, a couple of years back as well. So I'm very much familiar with the track and with the conditions. This is a unique track in, I can say, all around Europe, because this is an old type of track which has big leans in the corners, which provide the riders a counterbalance regarding their trajectories, not being able to get pushed out by the track.
Beautifully banked corners, as they call
Exactly,
it.
yes. That's the British wood. So it's a specific track, and therefore you have a very fast lap times and average speeds as well. And just to compare this category, This year, the bikes are going really fast, and they are going 138s, low 138s with these Super Sport 300 bikes, and those are extremely fast times. Those are
Well,
times which can be made with a stock 600, but not stock. I mean, from the store.
Yeah.
Not prepared for the stock category. So this is a very fast category now, because they have even upgraded. It's not even the 300cc bikes; they're even more. They have restrictions, although, but still much faster bikes than, let's say, the two strokes which they replaced. The best times in the two strokes on the old asphalt were around 145. The best lap time was 144. And it was set a Croatian rider, Dominik Nervo, somewhere around 2009. So this is 6 seconds faster. So it's just to give you an idea how fast these youngsters are going, and how competitive they are. And of course we have the Moto3, the Honda Talent Challenge riders who ride stock from factory Moto3 Hondas, the NSF 250s, and they also are in those times around 138, which, when you again compare with the 125 GPs, which they replaced as a category, are very good and similar times as well.
Wonderful. They've been racing, of course. Yesterday we had a race where we had, of course, two rostrums where Maxim Ripak, we saw him earlier, while we're looking at the number 46 from Tino Holle, who could clinch the title in the Honda Talent Challenge today. We'll get to that later with the total point scoring position after the first 4 rounds in the first race here in Grobnik. It was Maxim Ripak who won, just in front of David Koban and Mate Zamodo. And to give you a bit of an impression of this first race, they finished the numbers 1, 2 and 3 within 500ths of a second on start and finish line. It was a photo finish yesterday, and that one came to a total where leading the championship before coming to Croatia was Oliver Koenig. He's not here, which means that Jiris Nespezhny, who actually finished 5th, with the 11 points added to his total, is now leading the championship 110 points. Currently second still then Oliver Koenig, but in 3rd place. And now we are fighting really for the remaining positions on the rostrum, or maybe even for the championship, but everything is still very close by. It's Mate Zamodo, who is currently in 3rd, was actually coached on distance by his compatriot Richard Bodis, who said, Mate, don't be in the lead in the last corner, because you'll be swamped before the line. And unfortunately, it was really close. Photo finished, and he ended up 3rd on the rostrum yesterday. Could have taken the lead in the championship as well. So good fight on our hands there for the championship, or also for race number 2 in the Super Sports category. And if we go to the Honda Talent Challenge, Honda Talent Cup to be exact, powered by Dunlop. We have a fight on our hand for 2 youngsters, both extremely talented, young as they are, 14 years of age. We had Luca on the mic last round in Oschersleben, and they had a wonderful ding-dong battle amongst the Super Sport 300 riders. And now we're talking about number 3, Lucky Luke, or Luca Gottlicher, and from Germany, and from Denmark, Tino Holle. And the points tally at the moment within that championship means that there is 190 points in total now for Tino Holle, and 142 for Luca Gottlicher. So Tino's almost got it wrapped up. That means if he wins this race this morning, he'll be crowned champion no matter what Luca does. If Luca wins, Tino becomes 2nd. Then we'll go to Most, of course, the last round of the Alpe Adria Motorcycle Championship, which will be held in Most in the Czech Republic the weekend of the 28th of September. So this is a bit of the bookkeeping before the race. Everything is, I think, pretty much in order. We'll look at the starting grid, which is a combined time from race number 1. Fastest time set in qualification, race and warm-up total will bring a first starting row to Maxim Ripak, Mate Zamodo and Manuel Rocca, who did quite good for himself as well, our Italian friend on the Yamaha. and he's also equal on points in fourth position, together with Maxim Repak, who won yesterday, who jumped also into fourth position in the championship. So it's really close also in the FAM Europe Supersport 300 category. We'll try to keep those points together.
I have to also say that it's nice to see Maxim Repak finally getting the victory in a close fight, because we saw him a couple of times crash out in those situations in the last laps. So it's also nice to see him that he managed to pull out a victory in such a close race. So this is a very nice thing as well. And of course, again, we have to say that everything was spotless yesterday with the overtakings, with everything, and that is something that keeps me happy from one event to the other, because it shows that we here in the championship have quality riders who are capable of riding fast and having good sportsmanship. So that is something to look forward for the future.
Yeah, some clean overtaking, and also good to see, because the fastest talents within the Honda Talent Challenge, Honda Talent Cup, they are mixing within the super sports. And as you mentioned yesterday before, of course, these are proper little racing bikes, well prepared, stock machines, of course, compared to the production-based super sports category. Different setup of the championship, more relating to the common bikes found on daily use basis on the public roads, and that championship is more in line with the super sports and the super bike championship, which is also of course based upon production bikes, whereas the Honda Talents is more based on prototype bikes, such as the Moto 3, Moto 2, and the of course the MotoGP, who will be running in Silverstone today. As we speak, they're on their way. We are here in Croatia, having a wonderful time here in the full sunlight, up for a race. We've got an 11-lap race on our hand, a total of 45
laps,
kilometers, almost close to 46.
Of course, we will have. The same start as yesterday, which means a double start. First the Super Sport 300s, and then a small delay, and then the Talent Challenge will have its start. That is why we have two red flags, and
one gentleman running with the green flag at the back.
Yes, that is for the Super Sports. Everything is set. We are waiting for the start. Maxim Repak from pole position. Can he maintain his lead?
Or is the bulky KTM so run away with it? It's the...
No, it's... Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're right. KTM goes off the start.
Zamado.
It's Mate Samado in the front.
Yeah.
And there goes the Honda Talent Challenge as well.
Good start for Mate. He has been coached, as I said before, by the European stock champion 600, Richard Bodis, on distance, giving him some proper guidance, and he's done a brilliant job of getting off the line. He's got the whole shot into the...
it wasn't just Bodis. As I mentioned, Victor Kispataki was here.
He was as well, on track.
Yes. Yesterday he was on the pit wall and giving directions to Samado. And Kispataki was a rider who I believe was champion even in the Superbike. Now Repak takes the second position in front of David Kuban.
Yeah, Kuban also got off the line very well.
And now Repak goes like from a slingshot out of this lower part of the track into the slipstream of Mate Samado, and who will go on the breaking the best. Now again it's Samado, Kuban, Repak, and Manuel Roca now takes the inside and will try to pass Repak, but Repak carries more speed into the switch, which leads us onto the start and finish line. Outstanding start of this Super Sport 300 race. Repak taking a different line here.
It's already breaking up in two waves. First lap is gone for Mate Zamado, for David Kuban, Makim Repak, Manuel Roca, Nispesny. Currently leading the championship now in 5th for Budziacek, Bulik, Lambing, Leon to be Udovernik, 9th. And if we're looking at the youngsters on the talent challenge, is Tino Holle.
Repak is making a couple of mistakes here.
Ooh.
But manages to stay close, but under a constant pressure by Manuel Roca. Roca now goes wide.
Whoa!
Barely stays onto the track.
Using every inch of the rumble strip.
Oh, now Repak again tries to overtake into the chicane. This is a place where you cannot overtake, but he's trying to find space. He has the speed, but when he passes, they use the slipstream and again manage to gain advantage over him. This is the elbow corner, and this is the exit from this lowest part known as the hole. Again, Repak has excellent speed, and now he will try to use the double slipstream. We are going to the final corner, the Zagreb corner. Onto the braking. It's again Mate Samado in front of Kuban and Maxim Repak. Roca still on the 4th position.
Beautiful running wide, keeping it all together on the tarmac. Close by, not enough room there to go to the inside. Now they sweep to the outside for another lap. Camera point picking up. Oh, it's Kuban in the inside, close to the line. Who's going to get the drag race? We're not on the final lap, of course. It's still Zamado with a 39.6 for Kuban, for Repak, Roca, Nispesny, all still in contention, all together within 2 seconds.
Repak trying to overtake and loses again speed, and therefore Roca manages to stay close to him.
We're looking at the challenge. It's Tino Holla, Luca Gottlicher, dead even on start finish. Exactly 0.0000 seconds difference between the two riders. And as I mentioned before, if Tino is able to win this race, he's champion for the season 2019. But Luca Gottlicher is doing everything he can to prevent that happening in this particular race.
Off we go into the elbow corner. Everybody's maintaining their positions.
Huge
now
gap.
onto the exit.
It is Irina Spesny who's not able to keep up with this leading quartet. They've clearly broken away. Gap between the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 is already 2.7 seconds.
Onto the braking.
Keeping a tight line there.
Yes, they were very close, but now Repak is way in the front. Something happened onto the back straight. We didn't quite get it, but most definitely Maxim Repak took the lead, and he has an
Kuban second now,
3-4
third.
bike lengths of an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. If we're looking at the lap times, where the fastest lap is actually set in the last lap by Alex Brodensen in their talent. So everything is fighting amongst one another, which is preventing faster lap times than we've seen yesterday on this tarmac. The temperature has risen a tiny little bit in comparison to yesterday, so that will probably be a bit of an influence as well for these smaller bikes.
Into the Rijeka corner, it's Maxim Repak way in the front.
Yeah, he done something.
He managed to pull out a 39.0 comparing to 39.7 by David Kuban. And will this be enough? Can he leave Kuban in the fight with Samado and Roca?
Zamado and Kuban should work together and try to claw back the escaped Repak.
But I think this is over if he doesn't make any mistakes by the end of this race.
We still got 8 laps to go, so still plenty to go for us. Any small mistake and that gap has been bridged again.
Yes, but now we will come to that hard braking, and some overtaking will be done there by Samado, I believe.
Absolutely.
Look at his advantage.
3 are still
Kuban
together.
Still, yes, Kuban still in front of Samado and Roca. Again, we go into the home straight. Can now maybe Samado take the position in front of Kuban?
Slingshot maybe from the slipstream.
Possibly for Roca, because he has a double slipstream, and we saw that Samado went out too early
But he's
out of the slipstream, but he managed to pull back into the slipstream and use it by the end of this long home stretch.
It takes second in this case. Back to the talent. It's Tino Holle still fractionally in front of Luca Gottlicher. Only 1.1 of a second between these two. So that 5 days isn't over. Third place there is for Marie Mende from Germany, also holding the third position in the championship. And Chloe is doing 46s now, again improving on her lap time to her first visit to this track.
Now we have Roca trying to overtake.
So we got a Kawasaki in the lead, 2 KDMs in pursuit with
Yes.
a Yamaha.
And 38.0 was the fastest lap time set by Maxim Repak, and again he is 9/10ths of a second faster than David Kuban in that last lap. Therefore, he's building his advantage, and I believe it's well over 2 seconds now.
Could be. The last crossing it was 1.4 seconds, which is of course more than enough to break the lead. And they're side by side, of course, that's costing them a tiny little bit of time. Roca trying to make use of that fight between Kuban and Zamado.
Yes, they're in a fight, and it's difficult to close down on the leader. Over the line they go. It's again 38.0 for Maxim Repak. Samado is on 139.0, so again a clear second of an advantage in the last lap, and therefore the difference between first and second is 2.4 seconds.
The Italian Manuel Rocca racing for Cinco High-Tech Racing Team, now in the third position with the 300 machine. Of course, different types of machinery in the Supersport 300 car category. As Mislav said before, it's called the 300s, but we've got 400s, we've got 390s, one-cylinder, two-cylinder machines, all combined. And of course, with the restrictions set by them, a pretty level playing field, since this championship has been around for a couple of years already. But a really good fight for the second and third position. Nespezny not able to claw back the gap. It was 4.7, it is 4.3 still, with the fastest lap in the race set by the number 46 Tino Holle, already in 6th position overall, having started way in the back of the Supersports category. These two youngsters are really fast. We're talking about Tino Holle from Denmark and Luca Gottlicher. Both of them really chopping through the field, already in 6th and 7th position. And maybe we can get a shot of those two fighting for their championship, of course, with another 2 races to go in our last round in Czech Republic. But I think Tino wants to bring it home to Denmark already this weekend.
Of course, he will do his best to bring the title home even this weekend. He was very good throughout this whole season. He had constant results, therefore he is in position to clinch the title one event before the end. We are now back with our fight for the second place. It's still Mate Samado in front of David Kuban and Manuel Roca, who is trying to take a stab onto the rostrum, but still hasn't managed to find a way through. Repak still building his advantage. Now it's over 3 seconds, and again he was faster, well over half a second in the last lap, comparing to Mate Samado.
Yeah,
Again,
clearly has found something in his lap times, was able to do 38 in practice as well. So the 38 low is doable. However, the other guys are struggling to get to the same pace as they have done before. They're all about half a second off the pace from yesterday.
Slightly different conditions than yesterday. We have higher temperatures for sure. But higher temperatures comparing to the qualifying practices, but we have to take into consideration that today's race is a bit earlier, and this is why we have times that are closer to the qualifying.
Next to crossing here on the line, Repak, the advantage.
137.2 8.6.9 for Maxim Repak. This is the new track record for Super Sport 300, ladies and gentlemen. Maxim Repak doing an outstanding job and building up his advantage to 4.3 seconds. Samado went 139.1, so they have even slowed down as the race went on. And Repak is still building his advantage. He clearly has the speed, has the good feeling for this track.
And doesn't have to defend himself, because the other ones are fighting one another.
He has a clear track, no pressure. I talked to him
look at
yesterday.
Manuel Roca. He's doing quite well. He's actually now in third and has really pulled a few bike lengths away from Kuban and is now putting pressure on Mate Zamado. So he might even have a little bit left in the bucket to even clinch the second place, which will be good for his tally anyway. Sorry, I interrupted you. We're talking about yesterday.
Yes, but I talked to Repak and he's very comfortable with this track. Knows the lines very well, considering that he hasn't been competing that long, especially here in Rijeka. Before we were more common to be visiting Grobnik in the Alpe Adria Championship. Now in these newer days, only once a year. So he has very good knowledge of this track and has a perspective to become a serious rider on. So I was very much surprised in his thinking. You know, these are youngsters who are on their starting point with their racing careers, and it's really nice to see that we have a future.
Yeah, good to see that those lower classes really provide the talents we're all looking forward to now be growing to the other classes, such as Stock 600 Superbikes maybe later on, or other international championships. It is good, you know, having those lower classes. Without them, you know, we won't have fresh blood within the track. So it's good to see. It was Cuban who was able to claw back on the straight, but in the twisty parts, it is Zamado and Roca pulling away slightly again. And if we're looking at the Honda Talent riders, it was Luca Gortlicher now in front of Tino Holle. Still only divided by 0.06 of a second, so these are really close by, and already in pursuit of Jiří Nespesny in the 5th position. So let's keep an eye out for that fight as well, because that's also for the decider in the championship. We don't see that much on screen, but they're having their own fight amongst this field, so absolutely all your attention towards them as well. 37.543 fastest lap of the race has been set by Tino Holle. Back to the leader in the Repak, very healthy lead, and then that fight again, and you see the top speed of the KTM clinching back. Oh, touching fairings here on the straight. It's sheer power of the KTM towards the Yamaha, who is more nimble in the corner, and it is Cuban who's taken 3rd position again from Manuel Roca.
Yes, this will be a fight until the end. We are in the penultimate lap, ladies and gentlemen. Way in the front, it's Maxim Repak, 5.4 seconds of an advantage. Still Samado in the front. Now Cuban managed to claw back in front of Roca, but Roca will try to overtake him and stay on the podium. Of course, that won't be easy, and we will have the fight until the last corner for sure.
Honda Talent Cup, it is Holle now, just in front of Lucky Luke. 0.09 over the difference was it on the start and finish line, so that's going to be a drag race again towards the finish line. Pretty sure of that. Well matched. And let's see if Manuel Roca here in the Super Sports 300 has got something left in the tank to fight, to bring the fight from Italy with the Yamaha towards the 2 KTMs. Yeah, we're going to stay with this fighting trio for the remaining spots on the rostrum. Mate Zamado leading all the way. Been in 2nd position for the majority of the race so far, while Repak has headed all his own way. Was able to make use of the flowing lines, the banked corners. Wow, we're now 3 abreast again towards, it's the dress rehearsal when we enter the last lap. And
now it's Roca from the outside.
Oh, yeah, beautifully done.
Rocca manages to take it from the outside into the entrance, into the second corner. Now we go into the third corner, back into the fourth. It's one of the fastest right corners here on the track. And then exiting into the Rijeka corner, it's Rocca now in the front. We are in the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. He goes a bit wide and Kuban is very close. Kuban will try to stay in his slipstream when they go to this chicane.
The question is, does Manuel Rocca want to be leading?
Yes, Kuban takes the position when entering here into the chicane, and this is the lowest part of the track. They are going downhill. Who will have the most speed into this elbow corner? It's still Kuban in front, but Rocca and Samado will have a big slipstream in front of them onto the back straight. Rocca is faster on the exit, but he is going out too early, not using the slipstream well at this point. Waiting for them to come to this final corner, Zagreb corner. It's Repak in the front. He will take this home for sure. It will be a clear victory for him.
Question is, does Manuel want to be leading here for second place? Is he there? We're zooming in. It's
who is that? No, it's
Kuban, I think.
Yes, but Rocca is back on the fourth place. Repak taking the victory.
Back to that fight for third position. Looks like it is Kuban for Zamado and then Rocca.
Yes, it's Kuban in front of Samado.
It's the other way around. It's the other. Yes, Kuban. We've got it right. We got it right.
Kuban takes the second position after a big fight with Samado and Rocca.
Okay, let's look at the
Where
challenge.
Is the challenge? It's Gottlieb in front of Tino Hole for just 43 thousandths of a second, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a photo finish between Lucky Luke Gottlieb and Tino Hole.
Beautifully done. That means that championship decider has been taken to the remaining two races in Most in the Czech Republic. So good on them. Lucky Luke did everything to prevent Tino Hole to run away with the championship. Was fifth overall. Both of them were actually even able to pass Jiří Nespezny, who wasn't able to keep his Kawasaki close enough to the remaining four guys in front of them. I think we got a beautiful, exciting first race already for the second day of racing here on the Grobnik track in Croatia. Means we're going to say goodbye for a short while, since we have also the FIM Sidecar World Championship here in Grobnik. They will be racing their gold race over 18 laps, and we should be returning to you at the clock of 1 o'clock, 1300 hours with the Stock 600 Championship. So be there.
Yes, be there at 1 p.m. We'll be starting with the Super Stock 600 race. After that, the Super Stock 1000 at 1:50 p.m. The Superbikes are set to start at 2:35, and we'll conclude this beautiful sunny weekend on Grobnik with the Alpe Adria Cup 600 and 1000 combined race, which is set to start at 3:35 p.m. Thank you, everyone, and see you soon.